Hey, what is up everybody, this is f0rest and today I'm going to show you 5 tips on CT side Inferno. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you tip number 1. Tip number 1 is more good knowledge to have when playing the pit position specifically, and it's for something that many people might know or not you or know but don't use, but anyway, what usually happens when you play this position here is that the T's will focus Molotovs at you from various positions, either from house. They will definitely try and remove that position. They will Molotov from short to here as well, and tend you to get away from this position. Since this position is very strong to have, what a lot of CT players tend to do when playing pit is to try and hold their smoke to as long as possible, so you don't waste your smoke in apps. Try not to waste it short unless the situation calls for it. But what a lot of people do is to smoke here, which will eliminate the Molotovs and forcing you away from the position, which also give you some angles up towards app from the bicycle. You can always see here as well, so you get a little bit of nice way, one way, I mean not the nice way, a one-way smoke. So that is a tip that is very useful if you are feeling that you can hold your smoke for as long as possible, because this will most likely net you some good kills when they try to push the site. This will also, like, you might not even play here, you can even switch position, they might focus this, but you get the point. This smoke is very nice to have. Tip number 2 is also just a short one. It's something I like to do from time to time. It's to play up here on balcony, and what I do is stand on this ledge just to get a little bit lower angle towards the teeth. And if you play with another guy, which you usually do on this site, is to have him standing side, so you can get the first kill, jump down directly, play here, and the next contact will be from A site. But it's very nice to, I don't know if there's a difference, I just like to stand on the lower side, get one peek, you can just drop down fast and play the situation out depending on how they play it. But this requires some communication with the guy on side as well, so he can take the second contact when they try to push out. Tip or positioning number 3 is gonna be a more heavy mid stack as CT. Sometimes you might need to stop the T's before they get to this up here, or pushing long or wrapping around. So you will usually have 2 guys, the 2 other guys playing A with you, holding mid. They usually tend to either double it up here under the roof, or they play cross angles from long and roof, so they try and play off each other. What you can do, what I usually do, is play close, so I can refrag the guy from short here. So I will hold apps from either like this position around this wall. This is where I was standing. Even if they try to take mid with flashes, I will not be flashed, and if the guy calls that he's blind or gets fragged or he kills one, I will be very fast to refrag from here, while we also get help from long. And in some cases, even if they don't need help, usually 9 out of 10 times a guy will come out of here and you will most likely get him off guard, because his focus will be on the guy under the roof and will most likely run out very carelessly to try and kill him. That is a nice little setup as CT if you are the pit guy playing, or the guy playing pit, and want to help the guys in mid. It's very nice to stand close by so you can help them if trades are necessary. A little bonus, if I can nail this one, is you can nail this jump. If they're, for example, playing too long, this is also just a little bonus. I've practiced it a few times, can net you a few kills very easily. So this is a quite useful jump actually. If you can nail it, you can just get a cheeky kill either in mid or in boiler and then just get out. That's just a bonus clip. Tip number 4 is also a scenario-based situation where, let's say, a few CTs has died and the majority of your team is stacking B at this point, and you are usually, at least if you're playing this position, you will usually be the guy left behind. And I think it's becomes a little bit of mind games in terms of how you approach this situation, because you're open to a lot of angles from long, short, and apps, and you're supposed to hold it all down. But it all comes down to mind games. But depending on the situation, I like to stand here. To sit here is actually a very sneaky and not very obvious position for teams attacking. They will most likely focus, as I said, throw Molotovs, try and clear apps, clear pit, and they will also focus site. So the first, they will not look here. So that's when you can get a few cheeky kills. Just stand up. If you hear them start running, throwing Molotovs, you can just peek up. This is an all-in position, as I call it. You will, once you show yourself, there's no going back, there's no return. You will fight, you will die, most likely, but you can probably get you a few kills in such a scenario. So there's other positions, but as I said, if you're playing alone on site, try and mixing it up as much as possible. Where would they be looking first? If they know that you're the pit guy, would they assume that you're pit? If so, maybe you can stand on site. Just get a few sneaky kills, play around this position as well. If the app guy is widing or they run inside to clear, they will most likely look at spots where they think you might be, which will most likely be pit. So just try various positions, but I like that one very much. Tip number 5 is just a cool little Molotov for a retake if you have it. So at some points you don't, but if you do, this is a very nice Molotov to have. Is that you go into this corner, you're gonna line it up there, and you're gonna throw it when you're down here. What that will do is Molotov, what we call potty, at least on B, which eliminates a quite crucial position, and lined up with another guy who will throw a Molotov towards triple, and you throwing that Molotov, you have a very clean retake incoming. And what you also can do is back out, let 2 guys attack from ruins. Once you throw your Molotov, for example, you have 2 guys who has cleared this area. They're waiting here, you line it up, you Molotov, go back out, you're flashing for them in front of first and second. So this area is flashed, which is probably the only location, will be one of the few locations, so they can strafe here. This is Molotov, this is Molotov, this is not Molotov, but this is like the positions where they will be standing. This is the only positions, and they will just clear this area right here, from here, and once they've done that, then it's your turn from CT to clear here and here. Once you've done that, you pretty much covered everything. Maybe a few trades that happen, but I think that is a solid retake and a solid Molotov to have. So hope you guys enjoyed those tips. There's a few goodies in there, and hopefully I've put some ideas into your head and you can mixture with it. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment the video.